All right, everybody, welcome to Falcon Field here tonight in Forest Acres, South Carolina. It is AC Flora High School varsity baseball versus York varsity baseball here tonight. Sorry, I'm keeping the music in the background. So, oh, there we go. Music's off on the stadium. So, the quick rundown is we weren't supposed to do this game. Jeff was going to Clover before the school changed the time that they were playing and just didn't tell us for whatever reason. Just some weird kind of technical reasons. It got changed in the system, but since they had us on the schedule as a TBA game, Jeff and everyone else on the B team did not get the memo that they weren't playing until it was too late, or they were playing but at a different time until it was too late. Thankfully, they didn't leave, but they're still here in Forest Acres, which means Jeff set the stream up for me, which means I'm here. So, welcome to Falcon Field against the York Cougars. It is the second series of region matchups. We played South Point last week and won twice. Now we've got to play the Cougars of York, which we're looking for a little bit of get back in multiple ways. First of all, of course, last Friday's game was not the most fun to call or watch, I'm sure, so we're trying to get off of that game and move forward in our season. And of course, if y'all remember, which probably everybody considering our team stayed pretty much that exact same from last year, we lost to the Cougars in the first game of the playoffs last year at home, 8-4. So multiple reasons we're looking to get a little bit of revenge and get back in the right state of mind. And of course, York, who is now newly in our region, trying to get back into their state of mind after they got swept by Camden last week. Now, of course, Flora and Camden are supposed to be the best two teams in this region for baseball. We don't meet them till later down the line. However, we do play this York team, and this York team is about middle of the pack, or at least they're supposed to be, of course. You know, it always never ends up the exact way you think it's going to on paper, but Diamond Prospects had York finishing dead middle in the pack, fourth in our region, which should have been good for an at-large bid. I think we'll have to figure that out because, as sure as y'all know, 4A kind of got cut a lot with all the region and the division realignment. So 4A only has 6 regions compared to the 7 or 8 last year. Meaning, yeah, they should make the playoffs, at least projectedly. However, of course, you never know. And right now they sit 3-3 coming in from the upstate. Of course, our Falcons 4-2-1. Those 2 losses against Blythewood and Dorman, 2 of the better 5A schools in the state. Nothing to hang your head about, but of course, you still, if you're an AC Flora fan, you still want those games to go our way, especially how we just, how we were looking forward to this season. That I've mentioned the high expectations I have, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have at home. So we're looking to try to meet those expectations, move on, and move forward and face the Cougars. Well, all right, let's go rock and roll through the starting lineups. First, of course, our home AC Flora Falcons will go around the diamond. Well, we'll go around the diamond right after the national anthem. National anthem's incoming here at Falcon Field. So I'll pause for a second, and I'll be right back. All right, national anthem done and done. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Falcon Field. We ended up doing this game just from some scheduling conflicts for lacrosse, so we're back here, AC Flora versus York. Let's go around the diamond, meet the starting Falcons here tonight. On the bump, it's Sparky Carter Harrington, the College of Charleston commit. Behind the dish, Dylan Hernandez, the young budding sophomore. At first, his brother Tyler. Second, Roper Wensky, Mr. All-State. Shortstop is Jack Chetwood. Third, the central commit, Zach Sneed. In left, Harris Rivers. Center field, Charlie Scott. And right field, Paul Choate. Of course, DHing the ever so dangerous Rohan Bremer. And now we'll let you guys hear everyone get introduced on the diamond.
First baseman number 21, Tyler Hernandez. In center field, number 18, Charlie Scott. Designated hitter tonight, number 28, Rohan Bremer. On the mound, number 24, Carter Harrington. Behind the plate, number 12, Dylan Hernandez. At short, number 1, Jack Chetwood. In right field, number 16, Paul Choate. And in left field, number 11, Harris Rivers.
All right, so Falcons getting introduced on the diamond here. And since we've kept stats 4-1 against York, hoping to get back on the winning side of that after, again, a tough loss in the first game of the playoffs last year here at home. And now let's meet the visiting Cougars, who lost a lot in that senior class last year. But they do have a couple players, including their leadoff man pitching tonight, Larson Montgomery. I'll talk a lot more about him when he goes to the bump. Here, I'll put some music on the background for a second. Batting second, the shortstop, Lem Moss. Batting in third, the right fielder, Connor Sweat. Batting fourth, cleanup duty. In left, it's Henry Falk. Fifth, the first baseman, Colby Falls. Behind the dish is Lucas Carroll, making a return here to Falcon Field. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Jackson Moore. Eighth, the third baseman, Zach Whiteside. And ninth, the center fielder, Landon Ayers. So this York team is a lot of new faces here against AC Flora. A lot of their players, excluding their star Queen from last year, are all gone. There's only 3 players that are starting in the lineup that made an appearance against AC Flora. It's Carroll, Falls, and Montgomery. Falcons, pretty much everybody who played in the game last year is back on this team. I mean, it's going to be kind of a wild comparison when I start reading off the hitting stats and some of the pitching stats comparatively to when you guys are going to hear the York stats. So pretty much our whole starting lineup played in this game last year. Well, again, they really only had 2 batters because Montgomery was on the bump last year solely. He was not in the order. Again, just kind of a vastly different 2 teams. And York had a good year last year, made playoffs, and then, fell in the next 2 games after they beat us. We made it all the way, I think we beat Myrtle and then fell at home to May River. Not an ideal finish, however, this Falcons team has high aspirations and a state championship in mind. But of course, as I've said multiple times, you've got to get there first. And that's a lot of getting right in these kind of games. You've got to take care of business at home in the region. Well, let's kick it off here. First pitch going to be right at 7 o'clock. That sun beaming down right into my face, meaning I'll have a very hard time reading a ball in the right field. But the College of Charleston commit, Sparky, will don the bump. The right-handed pitcher, Larson Montgomery digs in, and we're set to begin our second series of region play. Righty on righty, Sparky dials up a fastball. It's outside, called strike 1. Sparky, it's been to note, he had a lot of, speed on all of his pitches. That one, he usually touches 90 here. The 0-1 from the righty. Fastball misses wide. It's 1-1. Sparky, again, topped out around 88 last year. These pitches are going to hit a little low 90s to 90 miles per hour. The 1-1 from Carter. Swing and a miss. Off speed, got Montgomery. He's quickly behind 1-2. Montgomery, 5 for 21 this season with a homer. That homer came against Chesney. It took me a second. The 1-2. Sparky will wind and deal that fastball line right back where it came from. It'll drop into shallow center for a base knock. Montgomery, the senior of this squad, will retreat back to first. Known for his pitching prowess, but he's one of their better hitters. Now we get to Lem Moss, the young freshman, the 2028 watch list. And this young freshman, 3 for 16 with a ribby. However, he does lead the team in strikeouts. Righty on righty, man on first with nobody gone here in the opening frame. Sparky will wind, he'll deal. The first pitch looks like a changeup low for ball 1. You know, I really can't say enough about Sparky, the number 9 right-handed pitcher in 2025, and the number 1 overall recruit here in the state of 2025. He picks back to first. Montgomery dives back safely. The young senior had his moments last year. I would say, you know, it wasn't probably the season he wanted to, and for his first game in Lexington, he did exactly what he needed to do, 2 earned runs that gave the Falcons one of their marquee wins in the young season. Another pickoff back to first, unsuccessful. Montgomery has 3 stolen bags in the summer, or the season. Not the summer yet. Could be eventually. He's over at first. He doesn't go. The 1-0. That one, check swing, called, strike 1 on a slider that hit the outside part of the zone. Sparky really upgraded this slider from last year. Went from low 70s to high 70s here this season with that slider. Getting it all the way close to 80. Such a dangerous pitch. Moss now shows bunt, the 1-1. To the right, he puts it down to the right side. Sparky has to retreat off the bump. He'll flip it to first for out number 1, but that will allow Montgomery scamper to second. Well, as the sun is just peeking up behind the right field building, Connor Sweat will dig in for the first time here tonight. The right fielder, right-handed. The junior, one of the better hitters on this team as well. 6 for 17, 4 ribbies. Righty on righty, 1 gone here in the top of the first. Falcons trying to keep that first run for York at second. First pitch to Sweat. Looked at fastball wide, ball 1. Good eye from Sweat. Connor coming off a 1 for 3 performance with a strikeout in the loss to Camden they took last Thursday. Both of these teams had the whole weekend off and Monday. Oh, excuse me, I forget I'm operating this, whatever it is, the score bug. Excuse me, 1-0. That fastball wide misses, and it goes off the glove of Hernandez. That will allow Montgomery to head to third here. All right, we're back on track. 2-0, 1 gone. Top first, runner on third for Connor Sweat. Sweat, second in RBIs on this team behind Landon Ayers. It's 2-0. Sparky looking right at Montgomery at third. Now he'll wind and deal the off-speed swing and a miss, strike 1. Beautiful slide piece there from Spark to get back in the AB. 2-1. Sparky deals that slider. That one's nubbed to the right side. It will score a run. Hernandez can't field it cleanly, the first baseman. And that will allow Sweat to reach. It'll be the first run of the game for the Cougars. They lead 1-0.
Now batting left fielder number 8, Henry Folk.
Well, York trying to repeat their success from last year. Already up 1-0 against our Falcons. The sun finally dips down, meaning I can put my sunglasses away and see right field again. It's righty on righty for the cleanup, Henry Falk. Runner on first. Sparky comes home, the fastball called. Strike 1 on the outside edge, even though Hernandez dropped it behind the dish. Hernandez trying to pop up and maybe throw back down to first, but Sweat didn't get far enough. 0-1, the senior comes home. He misses with a changeup low and away, ball 1. Falk comes into this game 6 for 17, but he was 0 for 2 in the loss against Camden. He was not seen last year against our Falcons, barring Ace being a senior. The 1-1 on the way from Harrington will be sliced foul to the right side, out of play. Quickly 1-2. Sparky through 6 starts was 3-4 last season. He had 7 appearances with a 4.07 ERA, 31 strikeouts, 6 walks for the College of Charleston commit. He was one of our dual aces along with Sam McCutcheon last year. The 1-2 from Sparky comes home. The slider stays away. Good eye from Falk. It's 2-2. Again, top of the first, a 1-0 lead for the visiting York Cougars here against AC Flora. Runners on first with only one out. It's a 2-2 count to the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Henry Falk. Sparky waits, comes home, the 2-2. Just got a piece was Falk. Almost took a fastball right by him. Senior on senior action here in the opening frame. 2-2. Sparky will deliver. The off-speed chop to short. Chetwood will step on the bag for one. On to first, double play, side retired. Sparky gets exactly what he needs. An easy ground ball for Chetwood, and the Falcons get out of the first inning, but not before York pushes a runner across. It's 1-0 visiting Cougars. We return here on Definite Fiction. Back to Falcon Field. Sorry, music's now off, but quickly we'll go through our lineup one more time before we hit the batter's box. It's Zach leading off, Roper second, Tyler third, Charlie fourth, Rohan fifth, Dylan sixth, seventh is Jack, eighth is Paul, and ninth is Harris. On the bump, Larson Montgomery. Montgomery was one of the pitchers last year for the Cougars. He was actually the pitcher that shut the Falcons out late in that game, got the final 4 outs to clinch York's upset last first round. Righty on lefty, the first pitch. That one's chopped to the right side, right at the second baseman. Coming in is Moore. Quick throw to first in time for out number 1. One pitch, 1 out there for Montgomery. I'll bring up the ever so dangerous Roper Wensky. Roper 8 for 20 here to start the season. Working against Montgomery as Roper had a great game last year against these Cougars. First pitch off speed on the outside edge in this right-handed showdown, called strike 1. Roper was hitting everything in sight last season, 4 and 5 against the Cougars, but he swings at a changeup out of the zone and low. It's 0-2. Montgomery quickly comes, though, 0-2. That one's wide. Looked like a fastball to be 1-2. Well, Larson Montgomery of the Rays making his 4th start already this season through their first now 7 games. He's 2-1, 4 earned runs over 16 innings pitched here for the Cougars. 1-2. The righty fires. Wensky gets a piece, fouls it back. It'll be 1-2. Looks like a fastball again from Montgomery. Montgomery likes working quickly, already in through his windup. It's 1-2. He'll come home. Wensky watches the off-speed, stay inside. Looks like a changeup. It'll be 2s here for the right-handed second baseman. Montgomery will wind. He'll deal the 2-2. Fastball skips in. Wensky will work the count full here with 1 gone in the bottom of the first. If you're just joining us, it's a 1-0 lead for York, who technically got the run on an air, but it would have been just a RBI ground out for Sweat if it wasn't an error. To pay off here for Montgomery against Wensky. Wensky will softly ground that one to second. Moore gets the weight back on it this time, flips to the first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting for Flora, number 21, Tyler.
That brings back up Tyler Hernandez. And Tyler, why I say back up, the last time we saw these two teams face off, Tyler made the right fielder back up all the way to the wall before he hit his first homer on varsity. Tyler since then has been scorching hot, has already a homer on the young season. The lefty digs in against the right-handed Montgomery. The first pitch is right down the middle for strike 1, a fastball from Montgomery. Oh, and 1. Montgomery fires the off speed. That slider caught the outside part of the zone for strike 2, and quickly the lefty files behind. Montgomery working on pace. 0 and 2. Fastball misses wide. Ball 1. And this is what Hernandez will make you do. That was actually a very close pitch for the senior. However, Hernandez already with 7 walks here through his first 7 games. Takes ball 1. Montgomery will fire the 1 and 2. Looks like a fastball up and away. Ball 2. And as I said, Tyler, so smart there in the box. Makes it 2 and 2 with 2 outs. Montgomery will wind and deal the 2 and 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hernandez swings through, I think, the curveball, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars. Here in the first, it's a 1-0 lead for York. And we'll be right back here on Definite Fiction for the second. All right, welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's AC Flora and York meeting for the second time here in the last year-ish. I guess technically a year. Yeah, played May last year, but yeah, second time in the last year. York upset AC Flora in the playoffs last season. Now the Falcons trying to get that back. However, York jumped out early to a 1-0 lead, and now they bring up 5, 6, and 7 here in the second. It'll be Colby Falls leading it off for York. Spark returns to the bump. First pitch to Falls. Missed just inside. It'll be ball 1. Sparky has a 4-pitch arsenal. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider for the right-handed caller to Charleston Commit. It's behind 1-0. He fires it home. Fastball stays up and in. It's ball 2. Falls did play in the game last season, was 2 for 4 with an RBI at the dish. It's 2-0 in this right-handed showdown. Sparky fires the fastball wide. It's quickly ball 3. 3-0 count for Falls. He did not walk last time we played each other, but he had 2 strikeouts. He was also the man that gave up the homer to Tyler Hernandez. Three and oh, the right-hander fires, swing and a miss. Upstairs heater gets his first strike of this at-bat. It'll be 3-1. Sparky, right as Falls gets back in the box, will come home. The fastball is fouled back, and Spark battles back. It's a full count pitch here with nobody gone in the top of the second. The payoff from Spark on the way. The off speed, that one's slowly chopped to the left side. It goes foul. The third baseman, Sneed, will pick it up. Looked like almost a great slider or a curveball. Wasn't really able to differentiate the either or. However, it all works the same. As Falls will have to come back in and do it one more time. The senior at the dish has drawn 5 walks so far this season. He's only 3 for 14, though, so Spark, gotta imagine he's gonna come after him. The payoff, one more time, comes home, swing and a miss. The first strikeout for Sparky here tonight, and it's out number 1 here in the second.
Now batting number 3, catcher Lucas Carroll.
Now Lucas Carroll will come up here for the first time tonight, the 6-hole right-handed catcher. Sparky, the righty on the mound, will greet him first pitch fastball, but he misses wide, ball 1. Carroll will quickly dig back in, the 1-0. Fastball upstairs, ball 2, up around the eyes. Carroll was 0 for 2 in the meeting last season between these two teams. However, he did have 2 RBIs. Sparky, after a long pause, will now wind and deal. The 2-0 is lying the other way and foul over down the right side. Sounds like our soccer team just scored. Hopefully we can sweep both Dreer and York here this evening. No chance for the B team to sweep. They're playing against each other. 2-1 for the right-handed senior. He'll fire that one home, and Carroll will swing and a miss. Hefty whiff through a strike. Fastball strike. It's 2-2. Two and two from Sparky on the way. Swing and a miss. What a slide piece. Carroll not happy about that one, but back-to-back swinging strikeouts. Quickly puts 2 down here in the second for York.
Now batting number 4, second baseman Jackson Moore.
That brings up Jackson Moore. Moore made 2 nice plays back in the first inning on defensively, but the right-hander digs in. Fastball low in the zone for strike 1. Sparky, after falling behind the last 2 batters, quickly jumps ahead of the young second baseman. There we go. 0-1. That fastball misses wide. It's ball 1. The young sophomore, 1 for 11 so far this year. He's on the 2027 launch list here for DP in the state. 1-1. He now shows bunt. Called. Strike 2. Changeup on the outside edge. Sparky looking to strike out the side. He's ahead 1-2 with 2 gone in the top of the second. Nobody on. Harrington fires. The fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Outside heat, and Sparky sits all 3 down with strikeout swinging to end the second. Well, the Falcons will come back up looking to tie or take the lead. It's a 1-0 lead for the Cougars when we return. And welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's a 1-0 lead for York as we return in the bottom of the second. And I will say, I'm not a fan of this time of year. I look down at my phone and see all the pollen already covering it. I've been out here for less than an hour. But luckily the players run around enough where they don't get affected, and we'll see if he's affected. It's Charlie Scott leading it off here for AC Flora, the dangerous center fielder. Righty on righty, Montgomery fires home. It's called strike one, an inside fastball against the cleanup hitting right-handed center fielder. Well, Charlie has the most power on our team as of so far. 2 homers already through his first 7 games. Montgomery fires home. The fastball is popped foul right behind us. It'll be 0-2 quickly. Here's Montgomery. He wastes no time attacking hitters. He went 1-2-3 in the first against the top of the order with 2 groundouts and a strikeout swinging. 0-2, Montgomery fires. The off-speed just got a piece of Scott. Looked like it was a curveball that Scott was just able to foul back. Charlie in last year's game was 0 for 3. He's looking for more here. The 0-2. Slider low. It's ball 1. Good eye from Charlie. Well, Charlie on this year, 4 for 15, 6 RBIs and 2 homers. Both those homers came back in that preseason, beginning of the season tournament. The 1-2 fired home. That fastball's fouled straight back. It'll stay 1-2. Larson Montgomery last year, 8 appearances, 3 starts. He's made 4 starts now this season. The 1-2. Slider misses low. Charlie stays in the AB. It'll be 2-2 quickly. But Montgomery, he was more of a relief pitcher last year. He shut down the game against our Falcons. But again, this year he's been going the long innings. 2-2 from Montgomery. Changeup kicks up some dirt and we'll run the count full here. 3-2, nobody gone. In the bottom of the second, Falcons trail 1-0 against the visiting York Cougars in this region matchup. Infield playing back. The payoff from Montgomery. Fastball stays inside, ball 4. Montgomery can't believe it. He was ahead 0-2 as he sighs and receives the ball back on the bump.
Stepping up to the plate for the Falcons, number 28, Rohan Bremer.
Falcons have their first base runner of the night here. And that brings up Rohan Bremer with nobody gone here in the bottom of the second. Bremer has been one of the bright spots of this very bright team early, and that's because this young sophomore is hitting 8 for 17. He watches the curveball from the righty, low in the zone for strike 1. Righty on righty here in the 5-hole DH. Rohan Bremer only got 14 ABs last year, already has 17 this year. The 0-1 fastball way outside for ball 1, gets behind the catcher Carroll, and that allows Charlie to go to second. I'm also going to go back to Montgomery. Montgomery, again, 3 starts, 16 innings pitched. That's almost, that is actually over half the innings he pitched last year. He pitched nearly 22 innings this year. I mean, if he does what he did in his last game, he'll catch that number almost instantly. The 1-1 comes home, and it's called. Strike 2 looks like a curveball. Hits the outside part of the plate against Bremer. Rohan appeared in the game last year. He drew a walk in his only plate appearance against the Cougars. He's behind 1-2. The senior comes home. Bremer chops that one to the third base side. It's foul, just left of the bag. Rohan loves hitting, and he is one of the RBI leaders on this team. 8 RBIs through, again, his first 7 games. 1-2. Montgomery will now kick and deal. The pitch, swing and a miss. Change up in the dirt for strike 3 to drop third strike, which means Bremer has to run down the first, but he's thrown out. That's a nice throw from Carroll to Falls. Is good for out 1.
Up next for the Falcons, number 12.
Well, we've heard a lot about Tyler Hernandez here on this team. Tyler started in his freshman year at catcher, was about first base and catcher last season, and now his brother Dylan Hernandez is becoming a mainstay on this team. Dylan 5 for 11 and one of the top catchers in 2027. It's righty on righty. Montgomery fires home. It's a fastball that's grounded to the left side through the hole for a base knock. Falk will field it, and it's Charlie having to hold up after he wasn't sure if Whiteside was going to dive and get it. He'll have to stay at third, but right on cue, Hernandez now hitting .500, 6 for 12. And the first hit of the night for AC Flora puts runners at the corners.
Now batting number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Well, now we go back here. It's going to be the 7-hole Jack Chetwood, the right-handed shortstop. Jack was 1 for 3 with an RBI against York last season. Looking to kickstart this year. Just a slow start for him, 2 for 19, but we all see what this kid can do. Right-handed Montgomery fires home. The off-speed's grounded to third. Whiteside goes to second for 1. No play at first as Chetwood beats it out safely. It's an RBI single. Yes, it is, for out number 2. Or RBI ground out, excuse me.
Up next for the Birds, number 16, Paul.
Sorry I had to pause on that because if it's a double play, it actually doesn't count as an RBI. Learned that recently enough. So I had to pause for just half a second to make sure it was an RBI. But yes, it is an RBI for Chetwood. Falcons knot the game up at 1s. First pitch going, fastball low, ball 1. Runner goes into second. Chetwood slides in safely as the ball gets in the center, but quickly thrown in. A lot of talking there. Well, it's the right-handed Paul Choate who's in the box. Fastball low and away for ball 1. And Chetwood running on first pitch. Gets in a scoring position here for Choate. Righty on righty, the 1-and-0. Choate shows bunt. It's fouled back. That's good for strike 1. Paul Choate, the senior, was one of the players that really came on late for AC Flora last year. He hit .286 so far this season, 5 for 17. Looking for his first hit here against the Cougars after he went 0 for 3 last year. He'll have to deal with a player he dealt with last year, Larson Montgomery. 1-1, runner on second, 2 gone. Montgomery, the righty, fires the off-speed home and hits Choate in the elbow protector. That's one way to get on safely. It's the first hit batter Montgomery has this evening.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 11, Harris Rivers.
Well, now it's Harris Rivers digging in for the first time tonight. Last batter in the order is we're going to see Carroll come out and talk to his pitcher, Montgomery, the catcher. Harris, one of the only people that didn't play against York last season. You know, Harris has been sort of first man off the bench kind of scenarios last couple of years, but now this senior comes into a starting role, looking to produce in a big-time spot here early in this one. Runners at first and second, 2 gone in the bottom of the second. It's a 1-1 game after the RBI ground out from Chetwood. Righty on righty, Montgomery comes home. The off-speed right down the middle for strike 1. Nice break there from Montgomery. Throws Rivers. York in their all blacks, though, and 1 from Montgomery. That one's golfed into center field, but Ayers has a read on it. He drifts back and will make the play in deep center for out number 3. Well, that'll do it here in the second, but the Falcons do get that run back. It's 1-1 here between the Cougars and the Falcons. We return on Definite Fiction. everybody. Welcome back here to Falcon
Leading off
Field.
the Cougars, third baseman number 15.
It's
Zach
AC
Wentz.
Flora versus York here this evening in a region matchup. Second meeting between the two teams in the last year. York took the first one of the playoffs last year, but now newly region mates get to make their first of two acquaintances here this evening. It's a 1-1 game after two. Falcons got their run back off a ground out RBI fielder's choice from Jack Chetwood. And now Sparky returns to the bump, getting 8, 9, and 1. First pitch, fastball called, strike one up in the zone. It's the right-handed third baseman, Zach Whiteside, leading it off. 0-1, Sparky will deal. The slider called strike two, and he jumps out in front. Sparky, we saw him in the second inning fall behind both Falls and Carroll, the two leadoff batters, now jumps ahead of the last two. 0-2 from Sparky. Looks like the curveball hits the dirt. It'll be 1-2. Whiteside played in his first game last week against Camden, was 0 for 1. He now digs in behind 1-2. Sparky fires the fastball. Called strike three. Got him looking on the outside part of the plate. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Sparky in the first out of the third.
Up next, center fielder number 1, Landon Ayers.
Well, Landon Ayers, I think it is, but Landon Ayers will dig in for the first time tonight. The right-handed center fielder is the last batter of the order. Sparky, the right-hander, comes home, and Landon flies that one foul, hit hard over the backstop. It'll be 0-1. I love the idea from Sparky again. Fell behind early in a lot of batters, but now he's just coming right at this York team, and it seems to be working here early. 0-1. Sparky will wind and deal. The right arm sleeve comes home. It's good for strike two. A fastball on the outside part of the plate. Again, Sparky jumps out in front. It's 0-2. Sparky will wind, he'll deal the 0-2. Fastball hits the dirt. Good eye from Ayers. Or Ayers, excuse me. It's 1-2. Sparky making his second start of the season. He took last week off in our 3 games, 2 against South Point, 1 against Blythewood. He's now back on the hill. The 1-2. Sparky fires. That one missed wide off speed. It'll be 2-2. Ayers has not drawn a walk so far this year. Only 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. It's a 2-2 count as Sparky will come home with it. The changeup misses low. Ayers works a full. 3-2, 1 gone here in the top of the third inning. It's a 1-1 game after AC Flora tied it in the bottom half of the second. After Ayers, it's Larson Montgomery, who's waiting on deck. Time call from Landon Ayers. He'll step out of the box, and he's looking to get what would be his first hit in about over a week. He was 0 for 2 against Camden in their last game. The payoff from Sparky on the way. The fastball's low. It's ball 4. So after 4 straight strikeouts, Sparky allows his first base runner since the third hitter in the order. And that'll put on back to the dish. The top of the order, it's Larson Montgomery. He had a single to lead off the game. Righty on righty, man on first. 1 gone. Landon's not attempted a stolen base over at first. Sparky fires. The fastball is low in the dirt for ball 1. It's now 5 straight balls for Spark. Montgomery so far this season, now 6 for 22. Homer, 2 RBIs. Only hit 125 last year, so he's got to be happy with his results early. The 1-0 from Spark. That one's lined to the right center field gap. That's going to find a hole for a base knock. Ayers around second. He'll dig for third. The throw into second. No one's covering, and Montgomery gets caught between the bags. Wensky tacks him down. That's good for out number 2. A strong throw, I believe, by the center fielder, Charlie Scott. Montgomery got a little over egregious. After a single, he'll get tracked down, and now there's a runner on third with 2 gone here in the top of the third.
Now batting, number 5, Liam Moss.
What a wild play. It was a second hit from Montgomery here tonight. He lined it over the second baseman, Roper-Wensky's head into right center field, but a strong throw in gunned him down before he even got close to second. And now there's 2 gone with a runner on third here for Liam Moss. Righty on righty. Spark fires home. Slider called. Strike 1 in the outside part of the plate. Lem had a sacrifice bunt his first go around. Now the 2-hole shortstop looking to get an RBI here. Will be his second of the season. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Off speed up in the zone for strike 2. Oh, and 2 gone. Falcons trying to leave a runner stranded at third. Sparky will wind, he'll deal the 0-2. That one's just foul. Moss got a piece of that one and he carves it to the right side, out of play. After a ball change, we'll get back on the hill. It's 0-2, 2 gone, 1-1 game here in the bottom of the top of the third inning. Falcons trying to leave a runner stranded at third for York. Sparky sighs and comes home. The 0-2. Fastball up and in. It's ball 1. Moss, one of the young freshmen on this team. It's behind 1-2. Spark will kick and deal. The pitch. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Off speed away. And Sparky will leave a runner at third here to end the top of the third. The Falcons are tied with York. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning when we return right here on Definite Fiction. Well, after the quickest inning change ever, I don't even know if Montgomery threw 5 pitches, if that. The Falcons aren't even out there to bat before the Cougars are ready, but we're set to begin the top of the third inning. It's top of the order, who Montgomery set down in order last time we came up. It was opening frame for the Falcons on the hitting side, and it's ground out, strikeout, swinging, and now it's the left-handed Sneed up for the first time. Montgomery off-speed pitch called. Strike 1 in the outside part of the zone against the lefty. Oh, and 1. Fastball from Montgomery low is ball 1. Well, Zach, what almost he never does, didn't give me any time to talk about him. He first pitch swinging, grounded out to the second baseman his first go around, and the Citadel commit, not known for being overly aggressive, but when he likes a pitch, he has the power, has the contact to drive it. 1-1. Fastball called. Strike 2, low and inside in the zone. One and 2. Montgomery fires the fastball. Just a touch outside against the lefty. It's 2-2. The York faithful not happy with that call. Montgomery kind of just shrugs it off, and he gets ready. It's 2-2. He fires the off speed and gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. The curveball on Sneed for his second punch out here of the evening.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 7, Roper-Wensky.
Roper-Wensky will return to the dish, the right-handed junior. After a very good AB between Montgomery and Wensky. Wensky grounded out the second baseman his first go around. Righty on righty, first pitch fastball stays inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Montgomery quickly fires. Changeup misses away. It's ball 2. Wensky, of course, the All-State second baseman, known for his contact, hit .393 last season, his first year as a varsity starter. The 2-0 fastball is fouled back. It looks like it got, I think, the maybe forearm of Carroll. He's trying to shake that one off. Thankfully, it takes him maybe 5 seconds to be all right. See, looks like he's ready to go again. Well, Montgomery, the senior, very, very good on the bump. Had 10 strikeouts first Camden in their game last week, but he did get the loss after giving up 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched. It's 2-1. Montgomery will fire that one home. It's looks like a changeup behind Wensky in the right-handed box. It'll be 3-1 quickly. Three and one. Montgomery will kick and deal. This curveball, I think, caught the outside part of the zone for strike 2. It had so much horizontal movement, I almost called it the curveball, but it fills the count. The payoff from Montgomery on the way. The fastball, that one's golfed to the left side, snagged by Whiteside at third. He throws across the diamond, and there's 2 away. Nice job from Whiteside. Not an easy play. That was a missile shot on the ground, and that's good for the second out here in the bottom of the third.
7 in the box for Falcons, number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
Well, back to the dish, Tyler Hernandez. Tyler, as I said last time up, had a great game against these Cougars last year with us homer. His first homer was what I was trying to get out. The lefty digs in. The off-speed changeup catches the outside part of the zone. It's quickly 0-1. 0-1. Montgomery fires the off-speed quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. After an off-speed hit the outside part of the zone. Tyler, looking for his first hit of the night, had the only hit of the game against Blythewood on Friday. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew a fastball right by him was Montgomery. And as quickly as the Falcons came up, they'll be set down. 3 up, 3 down, yet again for the top of the order. And it's a 1-1 game going to the 4th right here at Falcon Field. All right, welcome back here to beautiful Forest Acres in sunny South Carolina. Sun is gone behind the skyline, meaning the sky is getting darker and darker, and that means we're set to begin the 4th inning here. It's a 1-1 game between York and AC Flora. York has pushed their runner across in the first, the Falcons in the second. Well, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 for Sparky as he comes back to the bump. The right-hander will fire to the right-hander. It's a fastball called. Strike 1 to the outside edge, and we're underway. Well, leading it off, it's Connor Sweat, who had an RBI. It's a weird play, but he grounded over to Tyler where the error occurred, the only error of the game. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It was a changeup on the inside edge. Sweat falls behind. He awaits. Sparky will wind and deal the 0-2. It's a fastball upstairs, up around the eyes for ball 1. Sparky waits. Now comes home. The 1-2. Looks like the curveball stayed inside. It's ball 2. Sparky went 4 innings in his first time on the hill this season. That was against Lexington. Curious to see how far Coach Hallett pushes his College of Charleston commit. 2s coming home from Sparky. Fastball away, ball 3. Just like with Ayers, started off 0-2, then lost him on 4 straight balls. Trying to do this, not to do the same thing here against Sweat. Payoff on the way. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball right by him. That's good for strikeout number 6 of the night. As Spark gives a nice little noticing glance over at the York dugout. It's out number 1.
Now batting number 8, Henry Falk.
That brings back up Henry Falk. Henry grounded into the inning-ending double play back in the first. It was 6 unassisted to 3. Righty on righty. 1 gone. First pitch from Sparky. That off speed is hammered foul. High in the sky. Sounds like it hit a house. Nice little metal ting, I think, at the end. Well, apparently Sparky didn't like the ball he was given. Threw that one right back to the dugout. Senior on senior, 0-1. Nobody gone here at the top of the, or excuse me, 1 gone at the top of the 4th. Sparky throws the fastball. Called strike 2 on the outside edge. It's quickly 0-2. And so 1 out here in the top of the 4th, a 1-1 game. Spark comes home. The fastball is fouled straight back. May have gotten Jeff, but didn't get me. It'll be 0-2 still. Oh, and 2. Sparky will come home. The fastball, that one catches the dirt. In the left-handed box, it'll be 1-2. Long pause between pitches now. Carter will wind. He'll deal the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Change up upstairs. Gets Falk to swing through. It's now 3 straight strikeouts for Sparky. And out number 2 here in the 4th.
Up next for the Cougars, number 2, Colby Falls.
Well, Sparky, he struck out 4 in a row between the 2nd and the 3rd inning. Now trying to strike out 4 in a row between the 3rd and the 4th. And between that will be Colby Falls. He struck out swinging back in the 2nd. First pitch in this right-handed showdown. That one's lined to the left side over the third baseman's head into shallow left field for a base knock. No 4 straight punch-outs for Sparky, and that puts a 2-out base runner aboard for the Cougars.
York batter, number 3, Lucas Carroll.
Well, the 6-hole hitting catcher sheds his gear as he comes back to the plate. He was another one of now the 7 strikeouts Sparky has acquired so far this evening. Went down swinging in the 2nd, along with Falls and Moore, who's on deck. Infield shifted to the left a little bit. Righty on righty, first pitch, fastball high, ball 1, snap back to first, not in time. That Hernandez to Hernandez connection will be deadly, but doesn't get Falls there. It almost did, I thought, but just a step behind. That was called a ball, so it's 1-0. Falls doesn't go. The fastball called strike 1 in the lower part of the zone. It'll be 1s with 2 outs now in the top of the 4th. A 1-1 game between York and AC Flora right here on Definite Fiction at Falcon Field. It's 1s. Runner goes. That one's fouled back. It was a fastball inside for now strike 2. So York having to play the potentially projected to be the two hardest teams in the region, Camden and AC Flora back-to-back. They went 0-2 against Camden. However, they did play with Camden those two games, losing 6-3 and 2-0. Now they're playing with AC Flora here through the first half of this game, trying to see if they can squeak out a win over projectively one of the best teams in the state. Sparky now will come, the 1-2. Curveball misses in tight. It's ball 2. Carroll went 0 for 3 against Camden in their last meeting. He's currently 0 for 1 against Flora. It's 2's around, 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner goes, the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, looking at the top half of the zone. Sparky gets his 8th strikeout to retire the side and keeps the game deadlocked at 1. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction for the bottom of the 4th. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're tied at 1s through the top half of the 4th as we're set to begin the bottom half. Larson Montgomery returns to the bump, and you'll get the part of the lineup that gave him trouble last time. It's 4, 5, and 6.
Number 18, Charlie Scott.
How we got it going last time was Charlie walked his first plate appearance, came all the way around to score the tying run of the ball game. It's righty on righty here to begin the 4th. Montgomery on cue comes home quickly. Changeup inside, misses low for ball 1. One and 0 fired from Montgomery. That's popped straight up in the air to the right side. The catcher, Carroll, will take his mask off, and he drops it in foul territory. A late breaking ball that looked like it just came back in on towards the, looked like wrist of Carroll, I think. Weirdly enough, that ball took a nice little bend, and Charlie will catch a break there as it comes back to the plate. One and 1 the count. The right-handed Montgomery fires the fastball upstairs. It's way high for ball 2. Well, these two teams very similar in the way they pitch. Both teams giving up under 4 runs a game. The 2-1. Slider misses low. It's ball 3. Well, it's Charlie again. He walked his first time up. He's on pace to do it again here against Montgomery. Righty on righty, 3-1. Montgomery deals. Called strike 2. Curveball dips into the zone late on the inside part. That'll fill her up here to begin the bottom of the 4th. The payoff from Montgomery on the way. The fastball kicks the dirt. It's ball 4. One at bat from Charlie. Kept fighting and fighting and eventually drew his second walk of the night.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 28.
We're now up. It's the dangerous sophomore, Rohan Bremer. Rohan went down swinging his first go-around in the second. That was only his 3rd strikeout of the season. He's been very, very patient and potent at the plate. He now has a runner on first in Charlie Scott. Speed to kill with nobody out against Larson Montgomery. Montgomery looks back. Charlie now comes home. It's a fastball. That shot foul to the backstop. It'll be 0-1. Scott got a late jump, but again, he's got speed to spare, so he may have gotten the second without a throw. It would have been close. Pick off back to first. That one way over the head of the first baseman. Falls. Actually bounces off the side and goes back into right field. Charlie Scott goes to second off of the first error of the night for York. But that one's on Montgomery, who just airmailed the first baseman. I don't even think Shaq could have caught that one. Well, the go-ahead run moves into scoring position, and right on cue, Bremer shows bunt. First baseman falls, crashes, and Bremer pulls it back. The fastball's inside for ball one. Great eye from Bremer. Count is 1-1, nobody gone here in the bottom of the fourth. The Falcons looking to unbreak this tie. Maybe with small ball, which has been their bread and butter through years with their 7-time winning head coach, state champion Andy Hallett. Now Bremer shows bunt. First baseman comes in yet again. The 1-1, Bremer pulls it back. He shoots one on the ground a second. Moore can't handle it cleanly, but he recovers and fires to first. Nice piece of hitting from Bremer. Shot it the other way and almost got a base hit, but a nice recovery from the second baseman. Puts the first out in the books here in the bottom of the fourth. However, Scott does move to third, of course, on the play. Well, this will be a cool moment. Dylan trying to get his, what would be his first RBI of the night here. And, you know, the young sophomore, he actually has his only hit of the night for AC Flora. The pitch low, it gets away. It's a changeup in the dirt. Coming home, Scott the slide, in, not in time. Falcons take the lead. It's 2-1. A wild pitch scores Charlie Scott from third. It was a changeup that just got below the glove of Carroll. And now no RBI chance for Dylan Hernandez, but looking to try to hit over 500 as he still only has the only hit of the night for AC Flora. 1-0 from the righty. Slider misses low. It's ball two, and right now the Falcon dugout coming alive over there. Their voices are being heard after they've been quiet for most of the game. 2-0 from Montgomery. Fastball called, strike one in the outside part of the zone. Two and one. The righty fires. The right-hander pops that one foul over everything. It'll be 2-2 as that one went right over my head. Now Hernandez calls time in the box. It's a 2-2 count, one gone here in the bottom of the fourth. The Falcons have the 2-1 advantage. The off-speed misses outside. Good eye from Dylan. He runs it full here with only one out. Montgomery quickly. The payoff on the way. The fastball. That one's shot in the left center field. Long run for the center fielder Ayers. Towards the warning track. He makes the play just shy for out number two. But it's been the story early here at Falcon Field. The Falcons have put some barrels into some balls, but just die at the warning track. It's out number two.
Number one, Jack Chetwood.
After a long fly out to the center fielder, there's two away now for Jack Chetwood. Jack has the only RBI for the Falcons. Righty on righty. Montgomery fires the fastball, called strike one outside. I swear, can this kid just let me talk for at least a second or two? Larson works probably quicker than any other pitcher I've ever seen. On cue, the 0-1. Fastball misses wide, ball one. As I was saying, Jack is the only RBI for AC Flora here this evening. It was off a fielder's choice ground out. There he scored Charlie Scott, of all people, who scored both runs. 1-1. Fastball low, ball two. That didn't miss by much, you know, the definite fiction. Definitely a ball because it was for favor of us, but didn't miss by much. 2-1 from Montgomery. Change up and in, ball three, and Chetwood would love to get on, try to extend this Falcon lead if he could. It's a 2-1 lead after a wild pitch gave the Falcons the advantage here earlier this inning. The 3-1 slider called, strike two. That found the low inside part of the plate. And that's going to fill her up here yet again. 3-2, 2 outs. Montgomery winds, he deals. Chetwood swings at a ball in the dirt. It's strike 3. A run on the first, but the flip is in time, and that will retire the side. However, that's not before the Falcons do the damage they need to do. A leadoff walk. Scott comes around to score on the wild pitch, and the Falcons take the lead. It's 2-1 right here at Falcon Field. Welcome back to Falcon Field here. Set to begin the top of the fourth as Sparky back on the bump. It'll be the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 here for the Cougars in the fifth, where they come to the plate trailing for the first time this game. It's 2-1 in favor of AC Flora. Righty on righty, Sparky deals the first pitch. That fastball shot to the right side towards the Flora dugout. No harm, no foul. It's 0-1. Righty on righty, 0-1 here to begin the fifth. Sparky, long pause. Now he deals to the right-handed second baseman. The fastball, swing and a miss. Upstairs, heat for strike 2. Oh, and 2. Sparky fires. The fastball. Got him looking. Strike 3. Low in the zone. Sparky is dialed. That's his 9th strikeout here for out number 1.
Now batting number 15, Zach Whiteside.
It's the second time Moore's gone down. This time looking rather than swinging. Now it brings up the right-handed third baseman, Zach Whiteside. Righty on righty. Spark comes home. The off-speed slider stays upstairs, but fouled back. It's 0-1. Whiteside went down looking in his only plate appearance back in the third. Now 0 for 2 on the young season, and you know he'd love to put a charge into a ball and potentially get York back into this game. 0-1. Spark fires. That fastball is carved right side, foul, out of play. Sparky looking for an even dozen in Ks tonight, or an even 10. What am I saying, dozen? I wish. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it be? Well, it'll be 0-2 with 1 gone. Sparky comes home. Changeup stays upstairs. It's ball 1. Falcons only letting up under 4 runs per game, 3.8. Exactly the same that York's doing, but an ERA of 1.5 on the year. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him golfing at a fastball in low, out of the zone. And that is 10 strikeouts for Spark, and there's 2 away here in the 5th. Well, Whiteside couldn't get out of the sand trap. It's his 2nd strikeout of the night, and now Landon Ayers digs back in. Ayers drew a walk back in the 3rd, but Sparky, that may be all, unfortunately, for Spark after what's been 4 2/3 great innings. I think Coach Howell's going to ask him if he wants to go one more. I don't see anyone warming up, but I'm curious what Coach Howell has to say. We'll be right back here. Sorry for the frantic cutoff. It was chicken dance time here at Falcon Field, which means not good for streaming. But we're back. It's righty on, righty, 2 gone, top 5. Sparky versus Ayers. First pitch, fastball misses wide, ball 1. I'll say the same thing I said. That one didn't miss by much. That one looked good on my end, but I am offset to the left side. It's 1-0 for the College of Charleston commit as he fires it home. The fastball hits Ayers. Looks like right in the hip, probably one of the least fun places to get hit. And he'll take first now with 2 gone. His 2nd time being a base runner here this game after he's knocked and now been hit by a pitch. However, what the most dangerous thing is, gets the kid who has 2 of the 3 hits for York up, Larson Montgomery. Larson singled twice, but he was thrown out at 2nd back in the 3rd. That one really killed what could have been a big inning for York after they would have had runners at the corners with only 1 out. Righty on righty. Spark trying to get Montgomery out for the first time tonight. First pitch, fastball, low, ball 1. Montgomery's done really well on the mound, and he has the same tempo in the box right on the mound. He steps back in almost instantaneously. 1-0, runner goes. The off-speed called, strike 1 right down Broadway. Throwing a 2nd. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's an ending inning throw out. Hernandez gets him at 2nd. The tag from Chetwood ends the inning. And the Falcons get out of it unscathed. It's a 2-1 lead for AC Flora here at Falcon Field when we return. Welcome back here to AC Flora High School. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for AC Flora after a wild pitch scored the go-ahead run last inning for Flora. Now they're looking to tack on as it's 8-9-1, leading it off. Righty on righty, Paul Choate, who watches the fastball low and away, ball 1. I do want to say, I know some York fans were upset. It looked like he got him, at least from my angle, but I'm not sure. 1-0. Change up called, strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Well, Montgomery back out there. He's done some good work, but he's getting up 2 earned runs, which is currently on the hook for the loss. One's coming home from Montgomery. Curveball misses low. It's ball 2. Wanted to promote, triple header on Definite Fiction, B team lacrosse and soccer as well. I don't know if B team's still playing. They're probably getting close to being done. No, they still are. 2-1. That fastball's chopped to the left side. The third baseman Moss comes on. Throws over to first. A low throw gets away from Falls. He can't pick it cleanly, and that'll get by towards the dugout. Choate has to stay at first, but an error gonna fall on Falls there. Gives Flora a base runner here to begin the 5th. So that's an error on the first baseman because it was a one-hopper. If it's a one-hopper, the first baseman's supposed to come away with it. So that error will be charged to the first baseman Falls, not the shortstop Moss. Well, you get the gist. It's righty on righty here for the 9-hole Harris Rivers. Rivers flew out to center field his first go-around. He now shows bunts and bunts it foul. It'll be 0-1. Coach Hallett doing what he does best, just trying to generate any kind of offense he can, and that means putting runners into scoring position any way he can. He does the bunt probably better than probably any other coach. As I say probably, I mean, he does the bunt better than almost every other coach in this state, if maybe not the country. Rivers shows bunt, third baseman Whiteside crashes. He offers it a ball outside the zone and misses. It's 0-2. Well, now Rivers have to swing the bat. He faked it with Bremer last inning, and it almost worked. He shot it over to the second baseman Moore, who got eaten up at first, but did recover for the out. However, it did move what would be the go-ahead runner to third. Rivers pulls it back and swings and misses. It's a low fastball. That's good for out number 1 in strike 3.
Up next for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
Back to the top of the order we go at Zach Sneed. Montgomery just was able to grab his 5th strikeout. One of those victims is Sneed, who's an 0 for 2 this evening. The Citadel commit wants to get back into the hit column here this evening. Righty on lefty. The righty fires. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Zach now 6 for 18 so far this season, but he was 0 for his last 3. That includes the game against Blythewood. He had 2 walks in that game, though, so he's not too upset. The 1-0 off-speed curveball misses up and away against the southpaw. It's now 2-0. This has been the hard part for AC Flora. The easy part for York tonight. Montgomery is not allowed a hit or a base runner to the top 3 in the order. The 2-0. Fastball's right down Broadway, called strike 1. Montgomery has 5 strikeouts tonight. He came in with 24 on the season compared to 3 walks, which he has 2 tonight. So, kind of Falcons making him work. 2-1, runner does not go. Now he goes late. It's a fastball inside. Paul Choate easily takes second, takes the big turn. Choate kind of like stutter stepped in a weird way. I'm not sure how to describe it. He ended up taking second, and he'll get it without really a throw after the wild pitch. That will probably be charged. I think it's a wild pitch to Montgomery, not a stolen base. Sorry, Paul. We'll give it the Definite Fiction stolen base, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to count that in the actual score sheet. Well, it's 3-1, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. AC Flora leads it 2-1. They have an insurance runner standing on second for the top of the order in Zach Sneed. Falcons trying to take this first game of 2 from York. They'll go to their place on Thursday. The 3-1 fastball up and away, and the walk king takes another one. It's ball 4, and Zach will go to first for Roper Wensky.
Up next for the Birds, number 7, Roper Wensky.
Well, back comes up Roper Wensky. Roper has 2 groundouts, a ground out to third and a ground out to second. The third baseman, Whiteside, made a great play in the third, taking what could have been an extra base hit from Wensky away. Runners at first and second, 1 gone. Montgomery will come home. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Slider up in the zone, good for strike 1. Roper, he was all-state in football, all-state in baseball. This junior's making a name for himself in the Midlands of South Carolina, and he's one of the top second basemen in that junior class. 0-1, double steal. Now Roper shows bunt popped in the air. It's trouble. Carroll gets it. Now the throw down to second. Not in time. It gets away from Moss. Everybody's safe, and that would have been an ending inning double play, but instead it's good for out 2. Falcons dodge a bullet there. Roper got under looked like a fastball, and just popped it straight back to the catcher, Caro, who easily made the catch, and would have been successful to run a second. Would not have worked, and now Coach Hallett calls a timeout. He'll bring in both his runners in. I like the hit and run idea from Coach Hallett, Even though, I'm usually against using your top of the order to bunt, but in this scenario, I think it's smart, with how the top of the order just hasn't been able to do as much tonight. So, all right, I'm going to step away. Music means bad for streaming. Well, now we'll see if the top of the order can generate what could potentially be some game-winning offense here, Well, right now, it's a 2-1 lead, but if you score both those runners on the base pass, it feels like much more than a 2-1 lead. And I'll bring up Tyler Hernandez, who struck out not once but twice tonight, both times swinging. 2 gone, 2-1 lead for AC Flora, bottom 5. Montgomery will wind, he'll deal. The fastball misses low, ball 1. Not by much. Maybe a bit outside if I had to guess, but I'll have to look back on it. Jeff has a better view than I do. He's not here right now, but that one may have missed a touch outside. Either way, it's 1-0. Montgomery fires the fastball. That one definitely misses away. It's 2-0. Middle infield coming in, surrounding second and short. The 2-0 from the right-handed Montgomery. It's a changeup that gets away from the catcher into the dirt. It'll be 3-0. Both runners move into scoring position here with 2 outs. Well, what's been killing Montgomery is his wild pitches. And smartly, they're just going to walk Tyler Hernandez. No reason to get more dangerous. However, Charlie Scott has a chance to really blow a game open. We know Charlie has the power, and now Coach Hallett, interestingly enough, he's going to take Sneed out for pitch running purposes. So Zach will go back to the dugout. I'll have to give me 1 second to figure out who the pitch runner is. Never mind, Lucas Price. Thank you, Rohan's mom. Usually is Lucas Price, but never want to make sure. Oh no, it's
running at second base for the Falcons, number 31, Lucas Price.
It is Lucas Price. All right, cool. Usually is Lucas. He's been our pretty much designated pitch runner for the season, and does stay true there. Well, here we go. This is where it gets fun, ladies and gentlemen. Bases juiced, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th for the cleanup hitter, Charlie Scott. Righty on righty. Charlie 0 for 0 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Montgomery comes home. The first pitch, fastball low, ball 1. And I wonder what's going through Montgomery's mind. Charlie again, came up twice. He's been walked twice. Both have been very close counts. Montgomery's going to have to find a way to get him out, or the Falcons can really do some damage here and blow this game open. 1-0. Charlie swings and misses through a curveball. It's 1-1. I think that was the pitch Charlie won, and he just was a tad ahead of it. The kid with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. 1-1. Changeup stays in tight. It's ball 2. Again, if you're just joining us, York put a run across early back in the first, making it 1-0, but where the Falcons tied it in the second off a RBI fielder's choice from Chetwood. Then Charlie Scott, he's at the plate right now, came home on a wild pitch an inning ago to take the lead. The 2-1's line back up the middle. That's good for a base knock. 1 run will score. The pitch runner, Lucas Price, comes in. The center fielder, Iyer, slips. That allows Tyler to get into third. Charlie will stand in the second. It's a 2 RBI single, and the Falcons have a 4-1 lead here in the 5th. Big time hit from Charlie Scott. Again, it was a 2-1 game, and he just doubles it right there. 4-1 lead for AC Flora. And for the first time, we're going to see Coach Deegan come out and talk to his right-handed gunslinger. Well, that's one of the reasons I'm so, well, I'll be right back after, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But what I was going to say before I was really interrupted by the music is that was one of the reasons I'm so high on this team. The top of the order, all of that, the big time walk from Sneed, Tyler draws a walk, and then on cue, Charlie brings him home. Righty on righty, the Rohan Bremer who watches the curveball stay upstairs. It's ball 1. Now Rohan, the young sophomore, can really maybe put this game out of reach already. The 1-0 changeup, her slider stays upstairs, up around the letters. It's ball 2. Montgomery, his really first kind of trouble he's been in. He's allowed one runner that's come home to score in the 2nd and 4th. The 2-0 fastball called, strike 1 on the outside edge. But Montgomery's been pretty, even though he's gotten now 4 runs tagged against him, he's been pretty clean until for this inning where he loaded the bases. 2-1. The off speed is carved foul right behind us. It'll be 2-2. Warming up for the Cougars into the bullpen. It's the junior Jake Comer. This may be Larson's last batter, excuse me. Rohan looking to do the honors. 2's coming home. The fastball swing and a miss in the dirt. That is strike 3, and that retires the side. But AC Flora comes up big. After the inning started on in the air, it really ends on a 2 RBI single from Charlie Scott. Falcons lead at 4-1, going to the back half, into the 6th when we come back. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina, home of the Forest Acres Classic. That will be around mid-April. However, right now, we got to get through some region play, and AC Flora gives their starting pitcher a 3-run cushion. Sparky comes back to the bump after so far 5 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts for the right-handed senior. He'll get the top of the order. It's 1, 2, and 3 in the 6th. Leading off, Larson Montgomery. The first pitch to him, fastball upstairs, inside, ball 1. Montgomery was at the plate when the inning ended back in the 5th. He watched his teammate Ayers get thrown out at second. 1-0, righty on righty. Sparky comes home. The fastball stays away. It's ball 2. Warming up in the bullpen for AC Flora, it's Luke Shalcom, the Trinity College commit. Patiently waiting is Montgomery. Sparky will now go into action, 2-0. That fastball's grounded up the middle. Roper-Wensky slides over. The second baseman makes the long throw to first in time. First time getting Montgomery out of there, and there's one away here in the sixth. So we finally get the other starting pitcher out. Montgomery was 2 for 2 before that. And now Lem Moss will dig in for the third time tonight. The young freshman in this right-handed showdown awaits. First pitch from Sparky, swing and a miss, slider away, it's strike one. Oh, and one, Sparky fires, the fastball called, strike two on the outside part of the zone. Moss is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, swinging and a sacrifice bunt. He's quickly behind, 0-2. Sparky, the fastball, misses wide. It's ball one. Sparky, 10 strikeouts tonight compared to 1 walk. I'm looking for number 11. 1-2. On the way, the pitch. Just low and away. Way to stay back is Moss. That ball looks so good, and the slider just dips out late. Moss keeps his hand on the trigger, and he'll step back in 2-2. The 2-2 from Sparky on the way. The fastball is low. That'll fill her up. 3-2, 1 gone here at the top of the sixth. The Falcons lead it 4-1 against the visiting York Cougars. Nobody on the base pass for the 2-hole hitting Lem Moss. Sparky will wind and deal. The payoff is fouled back, and we'll do it one more time. Payoff one more time from Sparky. The pitch. Fastball stays up. It's a 1-out walk. Only the second walk Sparky's given up so far this evening. First one since all the way back in the third inning. And that may be all for Sparky. What a game it's been for him. And that will do it. The right-handed College of Charleston commit will exit the game after 5 1/3 innings pitched. Luke Shockham stands to greet him, and he'll come on to the diamond to try to finish this game off for the Falcons. We'll be right back right here on Definite Fiction. We are back here in beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. The Trinity College commit Luke Shockham warming up. And let's tell you a little about Luke before the right-handed senior dons the hill. Luke's now making his third appearance of the year. He actually started in a win against South Point last week. Pitched 6 innings, still no earned runs given up over those 6 innings. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks for the kid that I call the Goon. You'll see why very quickly, because he pitches with his arm on his sleeve, and he's not afraid to show it. Well, they finally get Sparky out of there. We'll see if Connor Sweat can do some damage. Righty on righty, one gone, runner at first. Shalcom comes home. The curveball is fouled to the right side, out of play. Sweat, he's currently 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout, and he reached on in the air back in the first inning. That was a ground out to the first baseman, or what should have been. 0-1. The fastball called, strike 2 on the outside edge. Shalcom dialing that one up. I will say the only thing I missed about the Blowfish is they would have like a pitch radar that I can like see through this app, and that was really cool. I could see the break, I could see the miles per hour. Unfortunately, a little not as advanced as, you know, those collegiate summer league teams. Well, 0-2. The Goon will fire it. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him, strike 3. Change up on the inside part of the plate, and there's 2 away. That brings back up the 4-hole Henry Falk. Falk 0 for 2 with a double play and a strikeout swinging against Sparky. See if he has any better shape against Luke. First pitch, the changeup, or like looked at the curveball, I think, that dipped in late was fouled back. It's 0-1. Shalcom was one of the big relievers out of the pen last year. Made 9 appearances, 15 innings pitched. 1.4 ERA for AC Flora. Looking very, very good here to start the season. It's 0-1. Runner goes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. The throw down to second. Not in time. Moss got a great jump. And Hernandez made a good throw to second, but just not in time. However, it is strike 2 after the swing and a miss on a changeup low. That is the 4th stolen base by Moss this season, and now it relies on Falk to try to get him home and get York back in this game. They trail 4-1 after the Falcons push 2 across. Last inning off an RBI double for Charlie Scott. 0-2, 2 gone, runner at second. Shalcom will come home. The pitch. Fastball is popped to the right side, foul, out of play. Shalcom trying to work out of the stretch here. The 0-2. Looks back, Moss on second. He fires. That one's lined to the left side. That's going to get down for a base knock. Harris chasing that one all the way back to the wall. Moss will come home, but a nice throw will keep Falk at first. York gets a runner back. It's 4-2.
Up next, number 2, Cody Falls.
So that earned run will count against Sparky, not Luke. So Sparky's night officially ends with 1 earned run for 5 1/3 innings. And now Shalcom's got to get the last one out here in the 6th, as now Falls represents a tying runner at the plate. Righty on righty, Luke fires home. The curveball, good for strike 1 on the outside edge. Falls was 1 for 2 against Sparky, a single and a strikeout swinging over his 2 plate appearances. The 0-1. Shalcom fires. Curveball misses wide. It's ball 1. One on the way. Fastball upstairs. Snap back throw to first. Just a hair late. Falk gets back in safely. That was a high fastball, so it's 2-1. And I do want to shout out the Falcon defense. Charlie Scott, Harris Rivers making some great throws back into the infield to keep runners at bay, including Falk at first. 2-1 from Luke. Swing and a miss. Big hack at a curveball on the inside edge. It's 2-2. Well, 2-2. 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. York trails 4-2, and the Goons trying to get out of the inning. The 2s. Fastball misses low. It'll fill her up. Runner on first for Falls. It's a 3-2 count with 2 gone. Shalcom. He'll come home. Runner goes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Change up upstairs, and Luke, more reserved than usual, just pumps his fist. Well, the Cougars get one back. It was an RBI single from Falk, but the Falcons still lead at 4-2. We're trying to add some insurance when we come back. All right, welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's AC Flora in York playing in their first 2 meetings of this season. First of 2 meetings in this season. Falcons lead at 4-2 after York snagged one back in the top half of the inning. So now it's the bottom of the 6th for a new pitcher, Colby Falls. Appreciate York for making it easy on me. Falls the first baseman, Montgomery the pitcher. They just switched spots. So Falls will come in, the right-handed first baseman turn pitcher. You'll get 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Righty on righty. Falls with the curveball. Gets Hernandez to swing and miss. It's strike 1. So Colby Falls, the senior, making his 3rd appearance already this year. He's given up 3 earned runs over 6 1/3 innings pitched. Hernandez, the right-handed, waits. 0-1. Slider misses wide. It's ball 1. Good eye from Dylan. Looked like it had some legs on it, and it did. Falls will fire it home. The 1-1 fastball misses wide. It's ball 2. Well, Falls had 10 appearances last year, 1.14 ERA, 18 1/3 innings pitched. Their top reliever. However, unfortunately for him, he was 0-1 in that column, so somehow or another, those just don't equate. The 2-1, that one's popped to the right side in the foul ground. The first baseman Montgomery's got a read, and he'll make the play for out number 1. Well, Hernandez is set down for the 2nd time this evening. And that puts back up Jack Chetwood. Chetwood had the tying RBI in this game back in the 2nd off of an RBI fielder's choice. He's also struck out swinging in his other plate appearance. We'll look to see if he can get some damage done on the right-handed senior. Righty on righty, first pitch, Chetwood shows bunt, puts it down to the 3rd base side. Falls has to get off the mound. He fields it cleanly. A throw to first, just by half a step, throws Chetwood out. It's good for out number 2. Nice throw from Falls, who had to hurry.
Now batting number 16.
There's now 2 gone
Paul Choate.
for the right-handed right fielder Paul Choate. Choate reached base twice, once off of a hit by pitch and once off of an error. It's righty on righty, 2 gone, bottom 6. 4-2 lead for Flora. Falls comes home the curveball. Caught the inside part of the zone, strike 1. Beautiful breaking curveball from Falls. Oh, and 1. Falls. That curveball misses wide. Ball 1, excuse me. And that ball has just so much break on it. Started around like middle plate around the letters and just broke to the left-handed box around the shins of Choate. Just filthy. 1-1. Fastball low, ball 2. Choate coming into tonight was 5 for 17, looking for his 6th hit on the season. 2-1. Falls comes home, swing and a miss through the curve. It's strike 2. Falls looking for the third 3-up, 3-down inning for the Cougars here this evening. It's 2-2 with 2 gone, nobody on for Choate in the bottom of the 6th. The fastball upstairs and away. It'll run it full. On deck if it gets that far. It is not Harris Rivers, it's Monty Lafitte standing on deck. The payoff from Falls on the way. Fastball low and inside, ball forward. Choate barely let it even hit the glove of Carroll before he runs down to first. He reaches for the 3rd time this evening. Well, Falls, who's struck out 3 and walked 3. He now reaches first for the 3rd time, or he now walks his first batter. Excuse me, forgot who I was talking about. And Monty Lafitte will step in for the first time tonight. Monty, seen him once here at Falcon Field. He played against South Point. That was the last time he donned the bump, but he did play in this game last year. However, he was 0 for 3, and more of his work was done on the bump, where he went 3 innings. Righty on righty, pickoff back to first. Choate will dive back in safely. Choate does not have a stolen base attempt so far this season, but you got to try to keep him close. Monty so far at the plate, 3 for 7 this season with 3 ribbies. First pitch to him, off speed away, ball 1. Monty, last appearance, was actually on the bump against Blythewood. He pitched 2 1/3 innings with only 1 earned run allowed, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. It's 1-0, Falls the curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Nice pitch on the outside edge, and Monty's got to be thinking, what am I seeing? Because that's almost the pitch he throws on the bump, a slow, overarching curveball. One and one on the way from Falls. The fastball misses wide. It's ball 2 in this right-handed showdown. Two and one. Falls. Comes home. The fastball hits the dirt and gets by Carroll. Choate will scamper to second as the count moves to 3-1. Well, all of a sudden, Falls, after the first 2 outs, pretty much came easily. A foul flyout and a bunt attempt that went right back to him when he threw out Chetwood. Now, all of a sudden, he falls behind his second batter, 3-1. You know he very much does not want to have back-to-back walks, which would get the top of the order back up for Flora, the ever-so-dangerous top of the order, and Zach Sneed, who really won't waver at any pitches. It's 3-1, runner on second. The pitch, Monty lines that one back into center field. It will drop right in front of Ayers for a base knock. Getting the windmill around third is Choate. The throw into the plate, the slide, not in time. What a slide from Choate. He gets by the tag of Carroll, and it's an RBI double for Monty Lafitte. Now bring out Coach Deegan to talk to the home plate umpire. The throw was definitely in time. But, yeah. I'll let the parents next to me do the talking. I always say it for any team usually, and so I apologize if the York fans are upset, but how I judge my calls and missed calls are, and this is any level I might add, always look at the player and see what they're saying. Carroll made no gesture to the umpire.
Now batting
RBI
for
double for
Falcons,
Monty
number
Lafitte,
15,
and the
Zach
Falcons
Sneed.
get that run back. It's now 5-2. Well, Monty, who I've been, in love with ever since I saw him play for the first time, he continues to be a big-time player. Now 4 for 8 at the dish with 4 RBIs. Just incredible from Lafitte in his limited plate appearances thus far. Looks like there's an equipment malfunction from Carroll. I think it's actually the earpiece. We've seen that pitch comm been trouble for AC Flora all of last year. Now it's weird seeing it on the other end. Harris will go back and run for Monty at second, I might say. So Harris on second, 2 gone for the left-handed third baseman, Zach Sneed. The right-handed Falls trying to get out of the inning. The first pitch to Zach. Changeup hits the dirt, ball 1, throw back to second, way late. So, I love the snapback throws to first, just kind of keeping that first base runner honest over at first, making sure you don't get too big of a secondary lead. I'm not as big of a fan of the one to second. That requires for both teams. Falcons just don't do it much, but the throw into second, it's such a easy throw to mess up and such a long throw that I'm more of just stay away unless he's just really off the bag. The right-hander fires the 1-0. Curveball stays low, ball 2. Nice eye from Zach. Two 2-0. Falls will fire the fastball. That one's tipped foul. Sneed looking for a big-time swing. Just missed it. Well, Zach is 0 for 2 with a walk here this evening. He's grounded out, struck out, and walked, and then came home to score a big-time insurance run, the 4th run of the game for AC Flora. It's now a 5-2 lead after the RBI double from Monty Lafitte right back into center field. So 5-2 lead for AC Flora, bottom of the 6th. 2-1 count with 2 gone. Runner over at second for the Falcons. Falls will come home. The fastball is low. Does get away from Carroll, but a nice job just putting it down to the ground. Keeps that runner at second, but it's now a 3-1 count. Another one for Falls. He's falling behind his 3rd straight hitter. Well, this is a situation you don't want to be for Falls. Zach Sneed, one of the most disciplined hitters at the dish. He was the leader in walks, 27 walks just 2 seasons ago, his last full healthy season. He had 11 in his limited season last year. He also got power to spare, so you really don't want to give him a pitch to hit, but you don't want to give him a pitch to walk on. The 3-1, that shot the other way, foul down the left field line over towards Coach Hallett. That'll fill her up here. 3-2, 2 gone. Bottom of the 6th. 5-1 lead, 5-2 lead for AC Flora. Both teams have pushed a runner across here this inning. Falcons have an insurance over at second in the form of Harris Rivers, and at the dish, it's the left-handed Citadel commit, Zach Sneed. The payoff from Falls on the way. The curveball. That one's chopped slowly to the right side. Tough play. Falls comes off the mound, flips it to first, and the side is retired. Falls makes 2 nice fielding plays from the bump. However, he surrenders a run. It's an RBI double for Monty Lafitte that gets the Falcons a 3-run advantage moving into the last inning right here at Falcon Field. We are back here to begin the top of the 7th. I am not sure what's going on. I'm missing a lot of things tonight, but I don't know. We'll be all right. Well, top of the 7th, Falcons need 3 more outs to secure their 5th win of the season and their 3rd straight region win to open up the season. York trying to stay away from going 0-3 to start this season in the region. The righty on righty first pitch from Shalcombe is a fastball low in the zone for strike 1. It's 6, 7, and 8, and leading it off is the catcher, Lucas Carroll. Carroll struck out looking and swinging against Sparky. Now he gets Luke Shalcombe. 0-1, the right-hander comes home. The curveball caught. The zone, strike 2 in the inside third. Shalcombe's on a tall order. These next 3 batters all in this inning. Sparky is 6 for 6 for and all strikeouts. The 0-2 from Luke. The curveball's grounded right back to him. He snares it out of the air off a bounce and makes the flip for out number 1.
Up next, number 4, Jackson Moore.
Well, the easy play for the pitcher, Luke Shalcombe, is good for out number 1. Well, kind of easy. It was a routine play after he made the hard part look easy of snagging it out of the air. Now it's Jackson Moore, the right-handed second baseman, up for the Cougars. Lagoon working out of the stretch, and he'll fire. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Well, as I said kind of previously, Moore has 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both against Sparky. The 1-0, fastball caught the zone low for strike 1. It's now 1-1 with 1 out. One and one gone in the top of the 7th. 5-2 lead for the Falcons here over the Cougars so far. Shalcombe will deal. The pitch over the head. Dangerous pitch. Moore had to duck out of the way as that one was looking to be more dangerous than it needed to be. Thankfully, heads-up play from Moore, able to duck out of the way, so it's 2-1. Luke still yet to allow an earned run this season. The run that came across back an inning ago was on the leash of Harrington. The 2-1, the fastball. Called strike 2 low in the zone. That's where Shalcombe's living. It's now 2-2 with 1 out. No one on the base pass from Moore. He's trying to get something going. Twos from Shalcombe on the way. The fastball is low, kicks the dirt. That'll be a payoff pitch incoming here to the second baseman. The payoff on the way. The pitch is just shot foul, lined out of play over the Falcons' dugout on the right side, and we'll do it one more time. Falcons and Cougars will both return to action against each other on Thursday. Then the Falcons will go play at Blythewood Friday. Jeff will be on the road at Fort Mill, and we're not doing the Blythewood game Friday, so no more baseball for another week. The payoff one more time. Off-speed, changeup stays high. Shalcombe almost loses his hat. Funkily stays on, but that'll put a runner on first with 1 out. I don't know if Funkily?
Now batting number 15, Zach White.
Is that a word? I think so. Either way, it's the first walk of the evening for Shalcombe, and that'll bring up the right-handed third baseman, Zach Whiteside. Righty on righty, curveball in there for strike 1, upper half of the zone. That curveball beautiful from Shalcombe. Makes it look so easy. Gives a long look over at Moore at first. He now comes set. Long pause, and now he'll deal home. The 0-1. Changeup stays away, ball 1. Good eye from Whiteside. That one didn't miss by much. Well, as I said again to begin the inning, the 8-hole hitting Whiteside is 0 for 2 against Sparky with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. 1-1, Shalcombe the curveball over the head, snap back throw to first, way over the head of Tyler. It'll go into right field as Choate has to track it down. Moore's going to be on his horse. He may try to go to third, but he does hold up at second and gets back to the bag before that strong throw from Choate gets in. I mean, goodness gracious. Charlie, Harris, and Paul all throwing darts back into the infield. I mean, if anyone asked if you should run on this team, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to point to this game and say, this is why you don't run on this team. We're going to come back to this later in the season. Jeff's going to have no idea either. I'm going to be like, I told you. And he's be like, no, you're not. I'll be like, yeah, I did. You just weren't here. You were doing lacrosse. 2-1 fastball. That one's flown foul to the right side. Gets out of play in a hurry. It'll be 2-2. Two and two, one out. Runner on second for York as they trail 5-2 against AC Flora. Tying runner is on deck. That is only if Whiteside gets on. Whiteside looking for his first time on the base pass this night. It's 2-2 against him. Shalcom will come home. The fastball is low. It's going to be ball 3, and that'll fill her up for the second straight at bat. And York did the impossible last year, came in as an at-large bid, and knocked down the Falcons in their first playoff game. Falcons weren't knocked out until May River. Trying to come from behind here and steal one on Falcon Field. Easier said than done, especially with this pitching. The payoff one more time. The swing and the miss. Change up inside. Got him swinging, and there's 2 away. Well, as I said, this pitching so good, and Luke Shalcom, one of those main reasons why. However, the final out of this game could rely on a man who hasn't gotten out tonight, Landon Ayers. He's reached twice on a hit by pitch and a walk. However, he was caught stealing. The righty shows bunt, now pulls back. The first pitch, change up away, ball 1 in this right-handed showdown. Ayers just trying to do anything he can to get Montgomery, who's their best hitter, up to the dish. Runner on second, 1-0 the count. 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. Falcons lead it 5-2. Ayers showing bunt yet again. Now he pulls back. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Half hardy cut through a changeup. It's 1-1. Long pause as now Shalcom will come set. He'll wind and deal. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him. And York's down to their final strike in this one. The Goon looking for his first save here of the season. He has 2 wins, and he'd love a save to go with it. Now he'll step off the bump. He's gotten 2 wins against Lexington and South Point. Looking to clinch his first save of his varsity career right here against the Cougars. One and two. Shalcom fires the fastball up and away. Good eye from Ayers. It's 2s. Two and two. Shalcom, the Goon, comes set and he'll deliver. The pitch. Outside, did he go? Ayers did not. Holds the bat back. And that count will run full for the 3rd straight time. Now just with 2 outs. 3 and 2, 2 gone. 5-2 lead for AC Flora here at Falcon Field. Trying to go 3-0 to start region play. York trying to avoid going 0-3 to start region play. It's the 9-hole Ayers versus the Trinity College commit Luke Shalcom. Falcon dugout trying to rally on their righty. The payoff. Fastball misses wide, then a tying run will come to the plate. Well, Luke's no stranger to putting himself in difficult spots. We saw against the Miller School, Luke Shalcom loaded the bases and then proceeded to get out of them, and that came with no outs. Now Luke's got to try to get 2 on and get out of this jam. something he's no stranger of. However, he does not make things easy on himself, and he usually never does, but this time, a little different. Landon Montgomery, the starting pitcher for the Cougars, who currently on hook for the loss tonight. Montgomery gave up 2 earned runs in his time on the hill, but here at the dish, he's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, but he's been thrown out at second, and he's grounded out to second. 2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second, righty on righty. Shalcom fires the pitch, swing and a miss, changeup for strike 1, fools Montgomery, who swung right over it. Oh, and 1. Shalcom will fire the fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. I think he fooled me. I think that was actually a changeup. And now, yet again, York's down to their final strike. Montgomery trying to play hero, keep the Cougars in this one. And now Montgomery will call time. Again, Luke has been very reserved tonight. Usually he's very more amped with his pitches. I got a lot of emotion on his sleeve, but he's been very reserved here tonight. Maybe we'll see him explode if he gets the final out here. 0-2. Shalcom fires. The fastball's lined to the right side. Base knock into right field. Windmill coming around third. Schultz will make a strong throw. The relay is going to be way in time, but however, Moore forced to check up at third. Well, that's just called good pieces of hitting. Ayers poked the fastball through the wide open hole on the right side as Wensky, the second baseman, was playing right behind the second base bag. It's now the second hit Luke Shalcom has, and the go-ahead run comes to the dish in the form of Lem Moss. Well, as I said, Luke Shalcom, no stranger to putting himself in difficult spots. Bases juiced, 2 gone here. Infield will play back as the Falcons hold a 3-run advantage. Righty on righty, first pitch to Moss. Slider stays away. Ball 1. Moss has walked, struck out, and provided a sacrifice bunt in his 3 plate appearances here tonight. The 2-hole hitting shortstop trying to play hero. The 1-0. The fastball, that one's grounded over to the left side. Chetwood plays it back. The throw to second in time. Ball game over. Luke Shalcom loads the bases and then proceeds to get out of it, making it look easy off of a weak ground out, and that will do it. The Falcons take game 1 of 2 against York by a final score of 5-2. Nice play from Chetwood. No need to rush. Played it cool, calm, and collective. Made the slick throw to first to get out of the jam for AC Flora. And that 3-run lead stays intact to win it. 5-2 win for AC Flora, getting their 5th win of the season and their 3rd win in region play. This York team gave it everything they had. Give a lot of credit to Larson Montgomery. 3 for 4 at the dish. Pitched 5 innings, only 2 earned runs, but at the end of the day, it was AC Flora who took care of business yet again at home and kept this undefeated region intact. Well, we'll have to play another one on Thursday. They play up at York. Again, Jeff is on the road for lacrosse in Fort Mill, so no game there. Again, we're not doing the game in Blythewood on Friday. We should be back in action, Definite Fiction, on Saturday as well. Lacrosse will play at Chapin. Next time you'll see these boys on the diamond is when we play Lancaster at home next week. And then I want to say we do set our date with York very soon. I think it's actually the week after that. That the outlook is predictably usually those are the 2 best teams in the region going into this year. It's Camden and AC Flora. That's what it's looking like right now. Of course, we won't really know until we get a little deeper into the season. However, right now, it does look good. Oh, and right on cue. Anything you wanted to say to the stream, Jeff? No. GG's indeed. Falcons take it 5-2.
3 streams going on Definite Fiction.
I know. I said triple header. You must have been. I mean, you were coaching lacrosse, so it's a little hard to listen in and do your duties. But yeah. So all right, guys. Jeff will see you guys Thursday, then Saturday. I will see y'all either Saturday or Tuesday, depending. Oh, B Team Lacrosse tomorrow night. Yes, correct. That's River Bluff, right? Yep. River Bluff tomorrow night. B Team Lacrosse. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you again.